All right, guys, looks like the gang is all here. All right, fellas, welcome back to another edition of Gonz Sports Talk pregame show. I'm Dom. That's Gonz. Gonz, you got the shades out for momentous
I'm driving
occasion.
again. It's been a few weeks, but now I'm in the car again, heading home from Thanksgiving. Staying with the fam, getting geared up for this big-time game of the week, potential Super Bowl matchup. We'll see between the Ravens and the Eagles at 4:25. But yeah, I'm doing great. I'm ready. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. This one has me a little nervous, but we'll talk about it later as we discuss the game. But I'm good. Had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving with your families, your friends, whoever you celebrated with. Hopefully your holiday was fantastic. But now let's just get down to it. It's the Battle of the Birds today, 4:25, M&T Bank Stadium, Baltimore. But first, before we get into the meat potatoes of that game, injuries that might be plaguing both us and the Eagles. Unfortunately, due to me just waking up, I forgot to open my laptop and get the injury report. But from my understanding, I know both teams are close to 100%. I know that for us, we have two guys that are out, one being Arthur Millette and the other one being somebody else that I forget.
Arthur
I think Michael Pierce is
Millette. So Arthur Millette got put on IR yesterday, along with Charlie Kolar,
okay.
who we found out that broke his arm in the fourth quarter of the Chargers game and still finished the game like nothing happened. I mean, what a warrior!
Give him
Shout out to Charlie
give him the
Kolar.
extension right now.
He will be missed for his blocking purposes. Yeah, I mean, occasionally he's got some receptions as well, but he should be good to go for the Browns game, week 18. So 4 weeks, you all know the drill. 4 weeks, he's tough. I imagine he'll be back very soon. And you said another guy, Michael Pierce, activated off IR, return to practice this week, but I think that he's not going to play in this game. I think Harbaugh and the coaches are going to hold him out this week. I think they're going to ease him back into game action, so we'll see more of him probably next week. And you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. I think I saw
So
that his
I wish
practice window. Yeah, his practice window was opened this week.
yeah.
He was practicing, I think, at a limited basis all week, but I think the team, like you said, they decided not to activate him off of IR,
And they
just for
Chris
precaution.
Wormley up from the practice
Yes, again.
squad for this game.
Yeah.
So I imagine, that's fine. He's decent. So we've got Urban, Travis Jones, Matabike, Washington, and now Wormley inside that rotation for interior D linemen. So I'm not mad at that. They're going to have a tough task coming up. But the big names, the Eagles, you said they were close to 100. There is one or two things we're keeping an eye on. Darius Slay out for the game with concussion, so that is a huge break for the Ravens. Hopefully they can expose the young corners, because other than Darius Slay, there's a lot of young corners out there. Cooper DeJean, Quinshon Mitchell. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if that's his name
As
or
much
not.
as they
Rookie
are
corner,
young, they are
two
tough.
rookies. They are talented. And then, they got Gardner Johnson, who's trying to rebound after some, bad play recently. But he's looking a little better, I think. I honestly haven't been watching, but he hasn't been memed online, so I guess he's doing a little bit better. Yeah, they've got some young guys out there on defense, so maybe we can take advantage of that. And the other guy to look out for, Devontae Smith. Speaking of the Eagles, that he is practicing limited basis, but he's dealing with a hamstring injury. He missed practice Wednesday, returned Thursday and Friday. And I imagine they're going to activate him. I think he's going to play, but how effective is he going to be? Maybe they're going to wait for pregame warm-ups.
Well, according
Honestly,
to
it's probably going to
reports,
be 50-50 to me.
they're saying, yeah, according to reports, Devontae is going to see if he can go during pregame
Cool.
warmups, and they're saying that they're not going to push it if he can't go. But some reports were saying that is not likely that he's going to play.
Well, interesting. Okay, well, I was sort of right. Good. I'm the best. I'm just a genie. I predict everything. I'm kidding. So yeah, well, the Ravens could potentially catch another break there if they don't have to go up against both A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Really key on those key players, and that being A.J. Brown, obviously, who's just a maniac, Saquon Barkley, and I would say Dallas Goedert, I guess. I mean, I don't know who else they have behind those top three on offense. They used to have backups like Julio Jones, Zacchaeus, Pascal, but they are all gone. So I really don't know who I'm not trying to throw shade at all. I honestly don't really know who they have behind those big
I
names.
know they have
So
Jahan
maybe that's
Dotson.
more advantage. Hello?
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I knew they had behind
Oh, okay.
AJ and Devontae. I know they have Jahan
Sorry, I'm cutting
Dotson. That's
through some
about it.
woods, so if I lag out a little bit, be mindful because I'm in the woods a little bit, so I'll do my best to keep the internet strong. So just brace yourselves, everybody. Cool.
All right, but yeah, guys. I mean, I think that's pretty much majority of the injury report. We have two people not playing. Charlie Kolar on IR. But yeah, other than that, the return of
Oh, one
Roquan.
more.
The
One
return of
more.
Roquan. I forgot
Forgot.
too.
Yes, good. Yeah, return to Woquan. That's great. And it's exciting that how well Malik Harrison played, so maybe they could rotate him in if needed. And Trenton Simpson and Chris Board, who had a great game last week too. We've got to talk to him. We've got to talk about him as well. He made some good tackles. Kyle Van Noy did not practice all week, and he is out. We forgot about
Oh yeah,
about
he's
him.
doubtful. Yep, I
Doubtful.
forgot he is doubtful. Yep.
I'm just going to go ahead and say he's out. I don't think they're going to play him. He's a vet. They don't want to overdo him. That he's going to be out for this game. David Ajabo, will we see him activated for the first time in weeks? Tavius Robinson, and some other guys that I'm missing. But you get the point. So yeah, he's going to be out. So that'll hurt us a little bit. In addition to Pierce and Millette, who was on IR, like we said earlier. But I think that's about it for Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken. Relatively healthy. Other than Kyle Van Noy, the defense is relatively on track to play this game. So we'll see.
We will see. I mean,
pretty even overall, I think.
Yeah,
between the two teams.
And then they got the all-star quarterbacks, the superstar running backs. I mean, pick them how you choose them at this point. But yeah, guys, that's the injury report in a nutshell. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes. This offense and this defense for both squads. I think I'm going to start off with the offense today.
Okay.
I think we see how effective the running game can be throughout a whole 4 quarters. I mean, we saw it in the Chargers game. We saw it in the Eagles game when the Eagles faced off against the who did they play on Monday night? What was that? The Rams. We saw how effective it was when the Eagles played the Rams. I mean, I'm pretty certain both running backs are going to have to or not even going to have to. They're going to put on a performance today. I feel like this is going to be a run Rudolph type of game. As far as Derrick Henry goes, I mean, listen, he is effective through all 4 quarters. I think right now what you want to do is you want to wear down that defensive line because they have a monster in the middle of that line who eats blocks like it's freaking Thanksgiving dinner leftovers after dinner on Thursday. Like Jalen Carter scares me. It's not for any other purpose other than the fact that when I saw him against the Rams, it was like nobody was blocking him. For most of the time, it's like he just passed on through like he was a pedestrian in a neighborhood. Like it's scary how efficient and quick he is at getting off the snap or like on the line of scrimmage. It's nuts what he can do. And this Eagles defensive line is no joke. Let's just start there. This has to be a big game for this offensive line because you have to try to do your best to double team Carter. You have to watch the edges. I think Bryce Huff is still technically out, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he's playing in this one.
Well, they still got Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat has 7 sacks this year.
Exactly. You have Josh Sweat on one side. You have Nolan Carter, who is very, very quick to get to the quarterback on the other side. You have Jalen Carter along with what's that young man's name?
Jordan Davis.
Thank you for that. Jordan Davis.
Huge,
and like two
huge guy. That dude is gigantic.
Big dudes that will eat blocks if possible. Like this offensive line is going to be battle tested today. Okay, so they have to stand up and play strong. Don't be afraid to have Ricard out there for majority of the game. He's most likely going to be needed in a lot of those situations. You're going to have to block for Lamar. Monken, I'm hoping that this week we went over getting the ball out quick, getting Lamar in positions where he could just, as soon as the ball snaps, 2 seconds, boom. You know what I mean? There's somebody waiting for him to get the receiving end of that ball, whether it's Zay, whether it's Mark Andrews, whether it's likely somebody's just going to be open in a certain curl, maybe in the flat, get the screen game ready. Just having those options open for this D-line so Lamar is not on his back for majority of this game. What did I start the point off with? Getting Derrick Henry the ball and not giving up on him even through the short games. We see how effective he can be in these late halves when the defensive line is worn down. You continue to run him. You continue to let him get stronger as the game goes on so we can bust one of those runs out. That's pretty much all I can say in a nutshell. It's pretty much just get the ball out quick as possible so the D-line is not a factor, and don't give up on Derrick Henry. And I would really like to see some Keaton Mitchell this game. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of ready for him to get some carries. I think this is the game to do so, especially if you want to keep Derrick Henry fresh for that second half. Don't be afraid to add him in with Justice Hill. I don't know why he's not getting the ball yet. They haven't said anything yet, so I don't know. But I think it's definitely okay for you guys to put him in there and let him get some carries so he can, get him ramped up, like get him ready for the end of the year. We're going to need him anyway. So, yeah, those are my 3 things. Don't give up on Derrick Henry. Offensive line, show up, please. Get the ball out of Lamar's hands as quick as possible, and I would like to see some Keaton Mitchell today.
So Keaton Mitchell's your player, X Factor player. You want him to get involved. All right,
I would really like for him to get involved.
Cool. I think all right, so those are Dom's 3 keys to the game. Offensively, let's look at this Ravens. Let's take a look at this Ravens offense, how it matches up with this Philly defense. Philadelphia against the pass is ranked number 1 in the NFL. So they are right now statistically the best passing defense in the NFL. Okay, running. Last time I checked, they were ranked 6th in the NFL. So they are a very solid unit on both aspects of defense, passing and rushing. So it's a little bit scary because of, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and Josh Sweat and all those guys on the line of scrimmage. So Ravens definitely have their tough task in front of you. I'm going to go ahead and give you my biggest point first. This game will be won or lost in the trenches, okay? This game hinders on the offensive line. So, Linder, Flinder, Swinder, buddy, I love you. You need to have a big game here. You're going to be going against Jalen Carter almost every play. So, if Linder, Flinder, Swinder can have a nice game, that bodes well for this offense because you already talked about it, how much of a game wrecker this guy can be in the middle of the field. And then, they sub him out for Jordan Davis, who might even be even bigger than Jalen Carter. I remember that dude just being absolutely massive coming out of Georgia. So it's like this team, remember we used to call them the Georgia Eagles because they have so many Georgia Bulldog defenders on that team. It's just we need a big game from this offensive line. Okay, this is huge. Ryan Stanley, protect those edges. Rosa Garden, Falele, everybody and everyone out there. Big game. They need to show up today. Make sure they have a nice breakfast, eggs, bacon, and sausage. Get ready for this game today because it's going to be massive. And you guys, my friends, the 5 of you will be the reason why the Ravens win or lose this game, in my opinion. This is the biggest matchup, I think. Well, you and the defensive line, once we get there. I think the trenches have to be established in this game by Baltimore, or they're not going to be able to win this game. But since we're still on offense, we'll keep going from there. You said it. Get the ball out fast. I also think we need to take our deep shots, though, too. So how do we get our deep shots? Well, we establish the run, like you said. I agree that fully. Get those play actions going. Make the defensive line suck down. And then when they're not ready or not expecting a pass, that's when Lamar can buy that time to just chuck it up deep and see if we can get some big shots on those young defenders deep down the field. They also got Reed Blankenship out there. Is that their starting safety?
Yep. Reed Blankenship.
Okay. Yeah, he's had a couple interceptions this year. So they've got a talented group. So we want to get them a little bit off kilter. How do we do that? We establish the line of scrimmage, get the run game going. That opens up the play action for us to go deep. So I really think we should be taking our deep shots this game. That's one of my keys. Okay, that's my second key. Go deep and establish the line of scrimmage. Okay, it's going to be tough to run the ball, but we've got to make sure that we still stay true to it in the first half. While keep the game close, because that's our identity. I mean, you just saw how effective it was last week against that Chargers D line. The running game just absolutely got us going, and I don't think we win the game if we don't run the ball. So that was a great job by us. Let's keep it rolling here. We're at home. We're in our black uniforms and purple pants. I love that combo. Let's go ahead and just maul these guys. We can do it. We can do it. So yeah, and then we get some of those chunk plays with the tight ends. I think my X factor player for today is going to have to be. I want to go with Zay Flowers or Rashad Bateman, but I think I'm going to have to go with. Let's go Isaiah Likely. Okay, let's go Isaiah Likely. He's kind of been quiet recently. This could be a big game for him. Okay, Andrews has been eating recently. Okay. I expect the Eagles to key in more on Mark Andrews. We're seeing a little bit more of the old 2021-22 Mark Andrews coming back to the surface, which is fantastic because of all the other stuff we have around him. If you guys remember, if you guys aren't Ravens fans, 21 and 22, 3 and 4 years ago was just nothing but Mark Andrews. There was no other playmaker on the field except Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews. So it's great to see him return to almost that form. I'm not going to say he's back to that form yet, but see him playing at such a high level with everything else going on around him. So that is a wonderful thing. So yeah, Isaiah Likely, breakout game, gets a touchdown, maybe 50, 60 yards receiving. Go ahead and get 2 for me, buddy. That'd be great. Let's see some of him. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the offense. But you got to win the line of scrimmage. That's my biggest thing.
Yep, that's why I started with the offensive line. You know how important it's going to be with this Eagles defense to try to maintain the line of scrimmage and to keep Lamar upright so he can make a play. It's going to be tough. Not saying it's going to be easy at all. Like I said, Jalen Carter, Josh Sweat, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis. I mean, geez. Like, it's going to be a dogfight, but I'm hoping that they took this week to prepare for that dogfight. But yeah, guys, I said in a nutshell, get the ball out of Lamar's hands quick. Like Gonz said, establish that play action. Maybe you can take some deep shots down the field. Do not quit on the run game with this team. And, I mean, I think it should be successful. I don't see any reason why we cannot at least maintain the game and win it with that formula. All right, so now let's switch over to the defensive side of the ball. As stout as this Eagles defense is, this Eagles offense has been turning up since, I think for the past couple of weeks. I think they're on like a 7-game win streak now. They've been turning up as of late. Saquon Barkley just came off a 300 total yard performance against the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, it's literally nuts what he can do. He had 255 on the ground, and I think he had a little over, I forgot how much, like maybe 50, 40 receiving in that game. And mind you, that game was also without Devontae Smith. A.J. Brown, still a tough possession receiver when he needed to be. Dallas Goedert made plays. I think they had another tight end, too. I forget his name, unfortunately. There's no disrespect at all. I just don't know the Eagles roster. But, yeah, we're also going against a really, really good offensive line. They just got Jordan Mailata back. So you already know who he does with Lane Johnson. Cam Jurgens, their new center, who replaces Jason Kelsey. He's been playing well. I forget who they have at right guard. I think it's like Mekhi Becton, if I'm not mistaken. So they have a pretty solid offensive line. This team, I know it looks like they don't have holes because they do. Because it seems like they don't, but I feel like there's some chinks in the armor that we might be able to attack with this team. Now, like I said with a Ravens offense, the Eagles offense doesn't really give up on the run. I mean, obviously, unless they're down by a lot, but even then, they don't give up on Barkley. Barkley is still running through all 4 quarters, and that's why I said with Derek, you want to keep him running through all 4 quarters. Like Barkley, he's able to make people miss. He has the agility of a cat. He can move as quick as they come. Everyone saw the backwards hurdle. Like I mean, like the guy can move. There's no doubt about it. I'm not even going to sit here and try to say shut him down because that's pretty much damn near impossible. But do your best to throw multiple people at him to at least try to hinder his game, to hold him to short gains. I don't know how you do it, but damn it, you got to do it. Like that's why I was hoping Michael Pierce was back this game, because man, it would have been nice to have him and Roquan back at the same time, especially for an offense this stout. But having Roquan back is huge for the run game next to Trent Simpson. Both are pretty good run stoppers, so this helps us. But Saquon out of the backfield, up the middle to the outside, they're going to run him. So you're going to have to do your best to throw multiple people at him to hinder his game. Jalen, dynamic quarterback. He can get out of the pocket. He can run it, push. I don't know if we've been practicing for the push all week. I don't know how we play to stop it. But you know they're going to push that tush when it comes down to it. Okay, so at this point, hopefully they've been preparing for that. But back to Jalen. I'm sure the thing why I don't worry too much about scrambling quarterbacks is because we have pretty much one of the greatest, if not the greatest, scrambling quarterback of all time playing for us. So it's kind of like we don't really need to practice for a scrambling quarterback because we practice against the best every day.
Real
quick,
Boosa says go Ravens.
Oh, Buster, what it is, dog? Thank you. Go Ravens. But yeah, so I'm not. When it comes to Jalen, of course you want to keep him in the pocket, but again, I feel like we're prepping for that. We play against Lamar, so it's not really. We'll see how they can contain him, but definitely the main two people that I'm worried about with this offense is A.J. Brown and Saquon Barkley. We have to find a way to minimize A.J. Brown. I feel like that has to be one of the main keys to this game. He needs to either be, if Devontae Smith does not go, A.J. Brown should be shadowed by at least two people, in my humble opinion. He will moss you if he gets the opportunity to. He is a tough receiver. Possession is all he knows, basically. Like, he'll jump over. He's tough. He'll break some tackles. Like, you have to make sure you have at least two people shadowing him at all times. I don't care who it is. I don't know if it's Ardarius with oh my God, if they put Brandon Stevens on him, oh my God. And I don't really
they're going to.
I don't know. Please just look at matchups and look at best case scenarios. Please double team AJ Brown. If that's what you got to do. I'm sure the others can be handled, hopefully, but please, for the life of me, if you need to, double AJ Brown over the top. That's one of my things. Pass rush. Again, very stout offensive line. No Kyle Van Noy. This is the young man's game today. Okay, so like you said, are we going to see some Ojabo today? We will see. We haven't gotten inactives yet. We'll probably get those around like 3 o'clock, some sort of today. Oweh, who's having, I think he has 8 sacks this season already, 7 or 8. Let's see you build on that. Let's get you to the double digits. This will be your first double-digit year since being a Raven. Let's get 2 today. I ain't even mad at you, bro. Matabike, he's been double-teamed. Let's see if he can make some noise. It's been a very quiet year for Matabike. He had like that 1 3-sack game, but other than that, it's been kind of quiet for him. So let's see if he can make some noise against this Eagles offensive line. Blitz packages, please, or for the life of me, do switch up the blitzes so we can get some pressure. Our blitz game sucks. I think we're like bottom of the league when it comes to blitzing. It's really, really bad.
Well, that's bottom of the league in blitz percentage. That doesn't mean it's not effective. It's just we don't blitz often.
But our blitzing kind of sucks. But that's just me. That's just me personally. But yeah. I just feel like our blitzing is not as good. But
good.
Please,
that means you get pressure with 4.
If you can do it. I ain't mad at it. But please, if you need to switch up the blitzes, make the blitzes less predictable. Like, just do something. Because Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. Arm strength is questionable sometimes, but he's a good quarterback who can get out of the pocket, pressure him, make him make a mistake. He will make them. Just saying. So I think that's exactly. So that's the thing. Try to make him make a mistake because he'll make them. If it permits. So that's pretty much my keys to success. Really, is just get the pass rush going early. Try to, again, young guys, Tavius Robinson, Ojabo, Owe, Matabike, Broderick, all you young guys, try to get at them as much as you can. Again, this offensive line is no joke, so do what you can. Secondly, shadow A.J. Brown as much as possible. Please, I do not want this to be an A.J. Brown legacy game, for the love of God. Third, thirdly, hindering Saquon Barkley as much as possible. Easier said than done, I'm highly aware, but I mean, just keep your eye out, obviously, because he can make you look silly any way possible. And also, I think I mentioned one more other thing, but I forgot already. Yeah, just keep Jalen Hurts in the pocket.
Yeah, contain the quarterback.
Yeah,
Because they're all right. Eagles are going to get their yards. You already know they are.
absolutely.
It's just what they are. So Ravens fans, be prepared for some struggles on defense because it's just going to happen. Okay, I'll be shocked if the Ravens just come out and play flawless defense. I'd love it, but I just don't see it happening.
Trust me, I'd love it too. I would
Um,
love it too.
but it's like here's the thing. The thing that I've really liked about what Zachary Orr's been doing over the past few weeks is his in-game adjustments. So be prepared for the Eagles to come out flying out of the gate. You know that's Chargers did it last week. Okay, don't be alarmed or stressed or angry if the Eagles go right down the field in the first drive and score a touchdown. Okay, don't panic because the way that Zachary Orr's been adjusting during the games is very encouraging. Okay, I expect him to see what the Eagles are doing, and adjust to that on the fly. Honestly, in-game adjustments are even more key than pre-game adjustments. Why? Because if your pre-game plan is trash and it's not working, you're screwed. If you don't have in-game adjustments, then you're going to get toasted if you didn't plan accordingly, which we've seen over the first quarter of the season. The Ravens have got torched from the beginning to the end. Okay, or their pregame plan worked pretty good out of the gate first quarter, but then when the other team adjusted, it was just an all-out slaughter fest. I'm looking at you, Joe Burrow and the Bengals, because that's what they did to us. Okay, defense is okay in the beginning, and then it's just touchdown, 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 touchdown. We haven't seen that the past few weeks, and I don't think that's out of a coincidence. I think Zachary Orr is making better adjustments out of the gate. He's seeing what the teams are doing, making the right calls, and switching up the coverages, and the defense is doing better. So that is a big thing for me, and I hope that Zachary Orr continues to do that because that will go miles for this defense. That really is the most optimistic thing I have right now about the Baltimore Ravens defense is what the coaching staff is able to do in the middle of these games, and that is what you want to do. Okay, that's how you win. That is winning football. You adjust to what the team's doing, and you make them have to adjust some more. Okay, you have to have the counter adjustment to what their adjustment is, and I think Zachary Orr's done a nice job of that. So obviously, yeah, stopping Barkley is going to be key. Barkley's going to get his yards, but you've got to have a guy on him in all passing situations. You have to. You can't
Somebody
just let him.
quicker than Roquan, please.
Yeah, let's put a safety on him or something. You can't put a linebacker on him. I mean, if you do it once because you're in a goal line package, or if you're in like a 3-4, 4-3 type set, short yardage, I get it, but you can't just put a linebacker on the whole time. That's unacceptable. So mix it up. Put some safeties on him. Okay? Don't make it easy for him to just go out of the backfield because I'm scared of him catching the ball in space. I've seen Jalen Hurts escape pressure way too many times, throw it, dump down to the running back, no one's there, and it's a 40, 50-yard game. So we've got to have somebody watching him. And that leads to my second thing, spying the quarterback. We've got to spy Hurts. I've seen him run way too many times. I mean, way too many times. So it scares me. I see it in my sleep. Jalen Hurts running play-action bootlegs and nobody's home. He's just running down the sideline for 20 yards. Or calling QB draw right up the gut run. I'm more scared of Jalen Hurts' legs than I am of his arm.
Yeah, you're back now. You were cutting out a little bit,
I'm
but
in
you're
a
back.
dead zone.
Hello?
Let me know if I'm in a dead zone.
I think you're good now.
All right, good. So yeah, just try to contain the runs. Make Hurts throw. Make him throw from the pocket. Okay, that's how you beat him. He will make mistakes. Look at him early in the year. He wasn't playing well in the first couple games. I mean, he threw a lot of picks, took a lot of sacks. He does not hold on to the ball that well. He does fumble it if you hit him. Okay, so you need to just make sure that he can't beat you with his legs. Barkley doesn't beat you with his runs. Make Hurts have to make the plays to win the game, and I think we can get after him a little bit. That's the biggest thing. I talked about the offensive line earlier, how valuable they are. The defensive line is just as valuable on the other side. We have got to get some pressure. We cannot get pushed back. We cannot get pushed back. I just can't see that. I don't see us winning if the Eagles push the line of scrimmage on either side of the ball. We have got to dominate on the defensive side. I feel like that's even more important than the offensive side because you cannot allow this train to get running. This Philadelphia Eagles offensive train is insane when they are rolling. Okay, but you see what happens when they aren't rolling. They have some problems. Okay, 20-16 over the Browns. They lost to the Falcons 24-23. There are ways to get this train off the track, and we just have to do it. We have to figure out a way to do it. We can say what we want on here, predict it. You've got to. I'm hoping that Zachary Orr has a good plan to get these guys off track. But yeah, those are my biggest ones. Stopping Barkley, control the line of scrimmage, don't get pushed back. We need people to shut off their blocks to tackle Barkley, and we need to make sure he doesn't fall forward either. Okay, and then spy Hurts, make him throw from the pocket, and we might be able to get some interceptions. Might. That's keyword might. I mean, this game is really interesting to me because I just have no idea what's going to happen. I really don't. I don't know what to do in our score predictions.
Yeah, this game right here is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a defense-a-thon or an offense-a-thon.
It could be either one.
It could
Yeah.
literally be either one. Like that's what makes this game so challenging. Like, and it comes back to last year when we played 49ers on Christmas, and we thought that game was going to be a offensive defensive performance, but it was going to be close. But then the Ravens routed the Niners in convincing fashion, just the way they did the Lions last year, routing them in convincing fashion. So I don't know. We don't have the defense from last year, so I can't say that for a certainty that we'll do that this year. But it's really hard to call this game. I don't know how it's going to go. I really don't. Do we have Jalen Hurts figured out? Does the Eagles have Lamar figured out? They never do, but I digress. But it's just, I don't know. I really don't know how this game's gonna go. I really don't. I think we're gonna see some scores, but I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be relatively close.
Last time we played Philly was in 2020, the COVID year. Lamar was our quarterback, so he does have one game on him, 1-0 against them. That was when Carson Wentz was the starter, though. Jalen Hurts was still the backup. And the Ravens won that game 31-29, I believe. It was either 31-29 or 30-28 because the Eagles had a giant rally in the last 5 minutes that almost gave them the dub. So that was pretty scary. They did a decent job against our offense, if I remember. I know we got our points in the first half, but then we started getting stagnated in the red zone. It just was, I don't know, it was not very good. So I'm hoping, this is two different completely teams, two different offenses. That was Greg Roman's scheme. This is Todd Monken's year 2 scheme. So we'll see. But the Eagles' defense definitely is better than that team's. And that one was in Philly, too. So we'll see, man. I don't know. I don't know. But that's the only recent game that Lamar has had against the Eagles was that 2020 matchup.
Yeah. Man. I guess this is a part of the show where we do give our score predictions. I really can't call it. I don't know what we're gonna do. I really don't. This is probably the toughest matchup of the.
This is a huge game. We need this so bad. The
to
Steelers
win.
play the Bengals today, and we're hoping Joey B and those Bengal kitty cats can knock off the Steelers for us. And if they do at 1
Please.
o'clock, we could potentially go into our bye week with a lead on the division.
That
So
would be nice.
I'm going to give us the victory. I think we get it done. I think we rise to the challenge. I think it's tough, but I think the Ravens can get to that 28 mark like I've been saying all year, and I think that they win this game 28-24. Ravens win at home.
You know what? I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I'm stuck between two scores. I'm stuck between 28-24 and like 31-27, something around there. But I think you are right. I think the Ravens can come out on top with this one. They know the stakes right now. The AFC is close, man. The AFC is super close right now as far as playoff standings. The
We
Chargers
need
are
this
still.
so much more than Philly.
I agree with you. Philly pretty much has the NFC East on lockdown. I don't think there's anybody competing with them at this point in time. But man, we need this win bad. The Chargers are looming. The Broncos are looming. The Bengals' season is not over yet. The Steelers are still on top of the division as we speak right now. The AFC is getting close, and you want to make sure you lock up positioning, and you want to do that with a division win so you can have at least one playoff game in Baltimore. I think that will really help with momentum in the playoffs. So you need this win because the schedule does not get any easier. You still got Texans on Christmas. You still got Steelers on the schedule for one more bout. You got Giants, but the Giants are a little down bad university, so I'm not too worried about them. But you still got some tough games on the schedule. You need this win bad. Not saying the win is going to be easy, but you need it. So it's either going to be, in my opinion, it's either going to be 28-24 or it's going to be 31-27. No in between.
Yeah, and you can knock on some wood for me right here. Lamar is 23-1 against the NFC. So let's keep that going. Let's keep that roll. Let's get to 24-1.
Please,
So
bro.
that's going for us a little bit, and I'm glad it's at home. We can be the Rowdy fans and not the Eagles fans. Guys, can we all go to the game, please? I don't want the Philly fans to take over our stadium. So let's go ahead and make sure there's more purple there than Eagles.
I
So
agree
that's
with you.
great.
I
Do you
agree
see how
with you.
Pittsburgh fans? I don't know how they do it, but they seem to just take over every stadium. I don't know how they do it.
As much as
Do
we
they
dislike
travel? I
Pittsburgh,
mean,
man,
are they all
I think they
retired and
travel.
just have time to just go on weekend trips every freaking week?
I guess so.
I mean,
Because I have to give it to their fan base. They will travel. They will travel
travel
if need be.
to see boring football games. I mean, talk about dedication. Those are no. I'm not even.
No,
They play
that's
boring.
why I'm laughing because it's hilarious.
Those are
Their
dog
offense is
barn burner
very
football
lackadaisical.
games. Yeah, I mean, some of those games in Pittsburgh was absolutely gross.
Yeah, it was. It was bad. Whole like scores in the teens. It's just not. I mean, well. Can you still hear me? Man, them trees are not good for connection, ladies and gentlemen.
Give me a thumbs up if you hear me.
I think I can hear you now.
Okay.
All right, there we go. I think you're back.
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. Before Gonz's connection says "F you," no more podcast. But yeah, Gonz is calling it 28-24. I think it could be that or 31-27. Let me know your predictions in the comments section down below. Again, this is a must-win game for the Ravens. They need this game badly if they want to continue in the hunt for top of the AFC North. Let us know your thoughts down below. What is your team? Did your team play on Thanksgiving? Is your team playing today? Let us know how the score was on Thursday or how it's going to be today. Let us know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching all of our content. We love and appreciate you guys so much. Everyone who likes, shares, comments, subscribes. It means the world to us that you want to hear us and our thoughts. talking about the NFL and Ravens football. Gonz will be at the game, so he will be our representative at the bank for
I'm
Philly,
actually,
Baltimore.
I'm not going this time.
You're not going?
I'm not going. No, I was able to get my ticket sold for $400. So,
Jeez.
yeah, yeah. So I took that. I took that, and I got invited to watch football. I have a little party at a family friend's house. So that's where I'm heading
All
to
right,
watch
never
games
mind.
all day long.
All
So
right, so
sorry,
Gonz's homies,
sorry, Baltimore.
That's all right. Gonz's homies are gonna represent for the black and purple. So that's
I
pretty
mean, you
much.
couldn't
But
pass that up.
no,
I couldn't
obviously
pass
not.
that up.
Obviously not. Like that's money. I can't tell you to turn that down. But I'll also be watching the game. I'll be going out to watch the game as well. Going to try to catch it so I can watch our Baltimore route Philly, hopefully, today. So I'm calling for it. I'm hoping I'm right. But
Real quick before we get out of here, I know you already gave your outro, but we got to talk about the end of that Raiders-Chiefs game. Oh my goodness, the Chiefs almost went down to the Raiders for the second straight year on an Amazon Prime broadcast during the holiday season to the same team. Oh my goodness, Aiden O'Connell was not he played well. He outplayed Mahomes. I mean, that was crazy.
dude, I'm
But
not gonna lie on
the fumble at the end.
that final drive was an Aiden O'Connell masterclass. I'm sorry. He was dotting up that Chiefs defense. First of all, they were on their own.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Yes. What happened?
Okay, sorry. They were on their own 10 or something like their own 10 or 15.
Yeah.
Aiden O'Connell got them all the way down the field in field goal range to kick the game winner, and the center messed it up. I don't know what happened. I don't know how
That
it
was
could happen.
ticky-tack, though, because they called false start, and then they switched it because the Chiefs got a fumble. And
Like
I
they
mean,
switched it
you
to
can't make this
illegal.
up.
They said illegal shift. I didn't even see the replay of the illegal shift.
The first ref stopped the play. He was waving his hands and going false start, and then after discussion they switched it. I don't know, man. These refs, dude. It's just not. I feel like they're bailing the Chiefs. I'm sorry. I don't even feel like they try to make it obvious, or like they make it so obvious now. I don't even think they're trying to hide it.
Yeah, I don't know. This just shows me even more that if we see them in the playoffs, we have to play perfectly. It's not even up for
God.
debate. You have to try to play as
Refs,
perfect as possible because you have to keep the refs out of the game if you want to be able to have success against them. It's the only way possible.
The refs scare me more than Kansas City. Honestly, they really do. The refs absolutely scare me more than Kansas City.
I mean, and we're the most penalized team, so that tells you another thing too.
I forgot to address that too in our game. I know we're about to get out of here, but penalties have to be under control today. We cannot be getting
yes,
can we please
not have first and 20s and first and 15s, please?
Yeah,
I'm
please.
so tired of the first and 20s and the first and 15s. Just maintain your positioning. No holding offensive line, please. No holding, no
That's going to be difficult
formations.
on Jalen Carter.
I know, but no illegal man downfield. Double team, chip them with Ricard. Do what you have to do.
Careful, don't use your feet.
Don't use your feet. But yes, please just maintain it. No, let's cease as many penalties today, please. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
We have to get in a rhythm of not penalizing ourselves in these games, especially against teams this good, because they will make you pay. So please. But yeah, that Chiefs Raiders game was ridiculous. Chiefs, they have voodoo magic. But to get out of but yeah, guys, let us know how your Sunday football goes. But hope your Thanksgivings went fantastic. We will catch you guys. We'll discuss when we'll do post game. I mean, Gonz, I'm off the rest of the week. So, just let me know however you want to do it. We can do it. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we will catch you after football Sunday, week 13. The weeks are going by, ladies and gentlemen. The football regular season is almost over. We only have about 4 or 5 weeks left of the regular season. We're almost getting down to crunch time. It's about to get real quick.
Got a full
So
slate of games today. Got the Steelers at 1, got the Ravens at 4, and then we got the Bills and Niners tonight. So
in a
I'm ready.
snow
Let's go.
game,
Come on,
in a snow
Bengals.
game too.
Come on,
Bengals, let's do it.
Bengals.
Ravens, let's do it. Let's get wins today. Let's go. All right, guys. We're Dom and Gonz. We're signing off. Have a great football Sunday. We'll catch you guys next time. Go Ravens.